Okay, hi. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on how to use the More Purple More Better character generation auto sheet. For my party, it will have been linked in the Discord, and that's how you can get it easily. Now, you will have to open it in Adobe Acrobat Reader because it has coding like JavaScript in it that will not work anywhere else. You need to open it in that. So we're gonna do that first. Here it is. So it will open like this. You'll have this little window. Try not to close that, but if you do, you can click this little thing here, over here, and it will bring it back up. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit. So I'm gonna be making a rogue, and I'll just kind of walk through not only just using this sheet, but also kind of like a character creation process for anybody who either doesn't remember or has never done it before. So, oh, you can click this here, by the way, to change a logo if you wanted. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna set mine to rogue because it's a little rogue, and I'm gonna call them bird because I've decided that my race. So your race over here. There's a lot. It would probably help to perhaps look through the 5e tools races list, or you can, if you really want to do like meta stuff, you can go to RPG bot and kind of compare the races for the class that you like. That's if you care about like character optimization. Oh, this will come up as well, so just click OK. But don't worry about that. Generally, just pick whatever you like and what like myself as this group's DM or like anybody's DM says is chill. I am going to make a Kenku, hence bird. Now, whenever you make changes, you'll probably get like this little window to pop up. Give it a quick look over just so you know what it is, that it's been changed. You don't have to do anything yet because we haven't actually done any scores or whatever, so we'll get to that next. This is usually why I do race first. So I'll do like all of the smaller things first, like your background or your race, and then do the class. So let's hit close on that. That will have given you just some of your basic stuff that comes with your race. So like over here on the second page in the bottom right, it gives you your racial traits. If you have a magic race, it will also say that you have spells and you will need to generate your spell sheet, which is something that we'll do later because I'm going to make an arcane trickster just to show the spell generation as well. Background, we're going to go with urchin because it's a classic for a little rogue. Again, it's going to alert you about your skill proficiencies being able to change, so just close that. You can disable those pop-ups from coming up, but I like letting them come up because otherwise I'll forget. Let's put my name on there. Now, we're going to do class. So to do class, you click on that, and then this window pops up. We're starting at level 1, so just put yourself to level 1. And then find your class on the list. Rogue. Their subclass, because they're level 1, the subclass doesn't really matter right now, but it's good to pick it now if you already decided. So Arcane Trickster, and then you hit apply. Your window comes up, it tells you how many hit points you got, what like your attacks and stuff are gonna be. It's telling you stuff is changing. So we're just gonna click close and not worry about that right now. So now we do your ability scores. So, if you're rolling your stats, like my group do, it is, you roll 4d6s, re-roll any ones, and then drop the lowest number. Then you add that total up, make a note of that total. Then you do that 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times for each stat, and then just assign them to whichever one you like. Okay, so, I need to get my dice out. One second. I am not going to bother editing this, so you're just going to have to deal with my sloppiness. You can do this with virtual dice if you want. They work basically the same. I just prefer to use my real dice because they're pretty. So, let me get a notepad out. Excuse me. I hope you didn't see that. Okay, first roll. I have got, okay, I need to get rid of that. So that is a 14. So my first roll is 14. No ones there. That one is also a 14. Okay. This one. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a 16. Oh, I got a 1 there, so reroll that. Ooh. Okay, it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That one's also 16. Uh, 12. Oh, that's a 1. Let me roll that. Oh, I got 2 3s there, so I guess I'll just drop a random one. So 12, 13, 14, 15. That one's a 15. So I need to do it one more time. And that's a 1. So I've got really good rolls so far, and then I get a really shit one. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. Oof. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that one's an 8. So I got a really good spread and one random shit one. So we know which one's going to be the dump stat. Because they're Kenku, it means they don't speak. They don't really need charisma, so we already found the dump stat. So, for assigning your scores, you're gonna go to this here. This will bring up a window, and it will bring up your ability scores. So, when you're assigning the ones that you rolled, you'll put them in your base score. So charisma is going to stay at an 8. Because they're a rogue, they want their dex to be a 16. And they're also an arcane trickster, so they're going to want their intelligence to be a 16 as well. So I'm going to mark off those 2 16s and the 8. I'll put their con at a 15. That's the 15, and then the 2 14s will be their strength and their wisdom. See, rolling can always give you a really, really good stat spread, which is what I've got, or a really shit one. So in this case, it's best to consult with your DM and say, hey, should I do a couple of rolls, and then we can pick from whichever set of results is better. Sometimes if you get like a really, really bad stat spread, I know that me as a DM, I will say, oh, that's really bad. I'll let you re-roll this one particular stat, or we'll just say, dude, just re-roll because that's really bad. Sometimes though, you're fine with having a really bad stat spread. It's generally up to you. If you care about that kind of thing, speak to your DM, me, if you're with my group, and just re-roll. So we're going to hit apply. It'll say your hit die and stuff has changed. So we're going to hit close. Look, all of that is now auto-filled in for you, and all of these have filled in as well. So, yay! So, now we're going to do all your skills. So if you hover over it, it will bring up this little window and tell you what you get inherently and what you can choose from. So, with Rogue, you can choose from Acrobatics, Athletics, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Investigation, Perception, Performance, Persuasion, Sleight of Hand, or Stealth. Now, they've already got Stealth. and sleight of hand, and they also get thieves tools, so we don't need to pick either of those. It's also Kenku. So from Kenku, I think I'm going to pick acrobatics. And my only other option is deception, which is very funny. So little bird might be a little good at doing lying charades. Okay, so we've already got acrobatics and deception done. We don't have stealth and sleight of hand available. Oh yeah, because you have tool proficiencies, by the way, you can add them in this little bottom section here. As a rogue, it will automatically add whatever you got on you. Say you're an artificer, it will probably automatically add thieves tools for you, but say you're an alchemist and you would actually prefer to have your alchemy supplies, you can put your alchemy supplies there, and then after you've written it in, put in brackets the first 3 letters of the skill that you're using it with. So for an artificer alchemist, you might be using your intelligence with your alchemy supplies, and then that's what it would say. It would say alchemy supplies in brackets intelligence. Okay. Okay, now what were we doing? Right. Athletics, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion. Okay, we're gonna go with athletics. And investigation. Then I guess insight. Performance might be funny. Now we're gonna go with perception. And then as a rogue, you get expertise. So proficiency is just the first dot. Expertise is the second one, the smaller dot. So you get expertise with any 2 skill proficiencies or thieves tools. So I'm going to give them a proficiency with thieves tools, and then an expertise with thieves tools, and then expertise with stealth. So this is your little sneaking guy. They're a little busted. A little busted. HP. Now, at first level, if you go to the thing, it will say, if you go to 5e tools, or you can look in the PHB, if you're using that, hit points at your first level will be 8 plus your constitution modifier, or it might say something different. For example, wizard, it's 6 plus your con modifier. It's just your hit die. For my group, we're just going to use the maximum possible that you could possibly get. So, total maximum, which will be 10, because it's 8 plus 2. But, as you level up, you'll be rolling your HP. So that's all that done. Then we'll scroll down to the second page. Now, I've already picked these, so forgot that you can do it down there as well. Okay, so depending on the class that you picked, you may have certain features that are like optional that you need to pick. So for Arcane Trickster, I just need to, yes, I know this. And Stealth, so I need to pop those on. There we go. Now it will have actually made a proper note of that. There's other things like fighting styles that you need to check on this, so always make sure to click on this whenever you make your character, whenever you level up, to have a look at what you may have missed. There's also some optional things on there, such as expanded spell lists or access to Matt Mercer's Dunamancy spells. I'm fine with that as a DM, but that's not something that's universal, so you need to consult with your DM as to whether or not those are allowed. Okay, what else have I got? Okay, we're gonna look at his starting equipment. So you can get one of each of these. So I'm gonna pick A. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add it on here. This is for weapons, and it will just automatically calculate that for you. A short bow or a short sword. I think I'm gonna give him a short bow. So that puts that on there. And then how many arrows? 20. So arrows, it will have automatically said that you have arrows over here. So just put 20 in there. And there we go. Then as a pack, you get a burglar's pack. If you hover over it on 5e tools, it'll just tell you what you get in each. A dungeoneer's pack or an explorer's pack. I'm gonna go with burglar's pack. So scroll down to the second page. And there's this button here. So add equipment. We're gonna go to pack. I'm gonna put mine in the left column. It just tells you whichever one you want to put it in. And I'm gonna go with burglar's pack. Give it a moment and it should fill. There we go. Ba-do-do-do. Then, there's the last list. Leather armor, 2 daggers, and thieves' tools. Alternatively, you can roll to get gold to buy whatever equipment you want to start with. If you don't really care about the default starter stuff. Generally, it's up to you or if you chat with your DM. So I need to give my little dude some leather armor. So if we scroll up to page 1, your armor is here. So it's here, we're going to give armor, and it will update your armor class and all your AC for you. Makes the life so much easier. And then we've got 2 daggers. So we're going to put a dagger here. And then I'm going to put daggers on here. And put 2. There we go. So he's got his 2 daggers. Okay. Then we go down here. Just onto your items. Add equipment. So you're going to want to... This line here will tell you your background items. So you just click that. It will automatically fill stuff for you relating to your background. For example, I have a tiny pet mouse. A token from my dead parents. And 10 gold. And then armor and shield. I'll just pop that in there. And then weapons and ammo. And there we go. They're all popped in there. This is for if you or your DM, you're using any kind of carry weight system. As a DM, I don't really give a shit about this unless it's something that is particularly heavy. But again, that's something that depends upon you and your DM. I think that's everything that I need in terms of items. So personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws. The sheet comes with a couple of preset ones that you can pick if you can't really think of anything. Like, these can help you with like how you roleplay. Personality traits are silly little things. For example, because I'm playing in Kenku and they're a thief, they like to collect shinies and hoard their food. So we're gonna go with that one. They keep scraps of food and trinkets hidden away in their pockets. And they like to squeeze in tiny places because they're very small. Ideals generally are like how you relate to the world and like different people, like if you like helping people, if you think that capitalism is a great idea, or perhaps you have a specific code of conduct, or maybe you're a paladin and you believe in righteousness, or, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna go with change is natural. Yeah. Bond. Kind of self-explanatory, but if you have any bonds, maybe you love your mommy and daddy lots and lots. Maybe you're really, really devout. Maybe you have no friends other than your sword. I'm gonna go with they robbed a rich guy and now we're running for their life. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Flaw, um, again, slightly self-explanatory. It can be like little things that you think are gonna come up that might be kind of major personality flaw. For example, if we're going off with the whole, I've been talking about paladins a lot in this. Maybe I should make a paladin. I do like paladins. Anyway, so say as a paladin, you have a rigid code of conduct. You are devout to your god, and you believe that you are the arbiter of judge, jury, executioner kind of thing. So that would also be your flaw because you believe that you yourself are potentially above the law because you're chosen by your god, or you think that everybody deserves to be judged in the exact same way objectively without, taking into certain nuances. But for mine, they're a weenie. They run away from fights if they're outnumbered. They're just a little guy. They're just a little bird guy. Just a little bird guy. Your background will have also filled in its options here. On the third page, you have a section for any extra equipment, any other notes and things that you want to put down. You can put those here. They may fill up depending on if there's something in your features, and they will pop up here. Also, this is where your feats can go. Not all DMs do this, where they say you can start with a starting feat, but I like to say at level 1, you can do the variant human thing and grab yourself a feat. So I am going to go with let's see. Let's you can look at the list here for the feats. Skulker. Now some of them have prerequisites, so sometimes you can't like get a feat if it doesn't have a prerequisite. I am gonna make the most overpowered little rogue imaginable. I'm gonna be super cliche and give them Skulker. But there's lots of feats here. Just check the prerequisites, and again, only do this if your DM is chill with you having a feat on your first level. But just bear this in mind for when you level up, because when you have when you get an ASI, that is an ability score improvement, you may also optionally take a feat instead. So instead of having 2 points to either put 2 into 1 stat or 1 into 2 stats, you could optionally take a feat instead. It's sometimes taking a feat is better, sometimes you might really need the stat boost. Skilled is a decent one to take if you want to like get other like skill proficiencies. As a rogue or a bard, you don't really need that many more. But say you just don't have many. That's a good one to take. Sometimes you may be also given a feat depending on certain things that happen. Say for example, there's shadow touched and fade touched. You get messed up by the Shadowfell and now you're shadow touched, or a Fae thinks that you're cute and gives you a bit of their power and now you're Fae touched. That kind of thing. You can also put magic items here as well, but I'm not gonna start with those. Either they'll be like from a list, this big ass list, or the DM will have given you a custom one. This is where you can put all of your stuff, your background stuff. Generally, I don't give a shit about the lifestyle because I'm not charging people to be alive during the day, but your DM might care about this. I don't, but your DM might. You can put a picture here if you are like part of a cult or say like some kind of blood hunter order. You can put that there, and say you're part of the Harpers, for example, you could put that there. Any allies and organizations that you've got, you can write up a bit of your backstory here, a brief description here. They're an enemy of the state. You can put their gender, their height, other things like that. generally for your DM's reference, but also yours, say if you have difficulty describing your character. This sheet is for if you have a pet, for example, my tiny, tiny, tiny mouse, or a familiar. So you would click on companion options, say it was, you're a wizard, so you could use the find familiar spell. It's got a big ass list. Some of them say if DM approves, so that might be that they might be a little OP for a familiar. So those are things that you want to confer with your DM with. Pact of the Chain familiar is pretty similar. Steed, if you have a horse, with find steed. If you're a ranger, etc., 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 etc. I'm gonna go with mouse. Oh, mouse isn't on here because it's so tiny. I guess rat would work? Yeah, rat. Tiny rat called squeakers. You can give them an appearance features. If you have a familiar, this will fill up with like all of the familiar rules. And you've also got more notes here in case you want them, and a quick ref guide down here. So that's character creation. Done. Now we're gonna level you up. So where's the button that says level up? I know there's a button in here somewhere. Is there a button in here somewhere? I could have sworn there was a button in here somewhere that let you level them up. Well, I guess not. We'll just do it a different way. So, class. There we go. Just click that, and then boop, apply. Your current amount of experience points are level 2. Your total experience has now been upgraded to 300. This matters if your DM is actually using experience as a way to level up. I tend to not use the typical way of leveling up, but you know. So, close. So, he's leveled up to level 2. So, first things first, we are going to go down to choose features to see if there's anything new. Cunning action. Does he have anything else that's new? No, he just has cunning action. Because he hit level 2, you can also check if there's anything else that needs to be checked. It's just cunning action. Rogues don't get much. Hit level 2. Bit naff in it. We're gonna level him up again. And now it tells you, you've got spells! And at level 3, you get your roguish archetype, so now he's actually an arcane trickster, so now he has his spells. And also gets steady aim, so we'll go down just to check. Choose features. Optional 3rd level rogue features will take steady aim, which should be in your notes down here. Yep, there we go. So now we got spells. So over here you got your little bookmarks. Then you need to go to spell sheets, which where's the fucking generate spell sheet button? There it is. Okay, spell sheet options. This will come up. We want to click generate spell sheet. Ta-da! You get this little window will come up. The different, it will look different depending on what you're going with. Some things will be automatically selected for you depending on your class or your race. And you'll have as many windows as this as many different, like, say you're a tiefling, you'll get one window that is for your tiefling inherent racial spells, and then your tiefling wizard, so then you'll have a different window that will come up after that is for your wizard spells. As an arcane trickster, we get 2 cantrips, 2 spells, 2 bonus spells. We know up to first level spells over here. You can always double check. Why did I click Thief? I'm on Arcane Trickster. There we go. Here we go. You can cast wizard spells of first level. So, you can look up spells on here, for example, just to check their description. So if you click on Acid Splash, show full description, it will tell you what it does. Alternatively, you can literally just click on that, and it will take you to all of the spells that you can know. You can arrange them by level, make things a little easier. Or you can just do it this way. So my little guy, I think, is going to take message. Wait, he can't talk. Why would he take message? He can't fucking talk. He just makes noises. Okay, we're gonna go with Minor Illusion. And Light. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Disguise Self. How does he do the vocal components of spells if they're not able... They can mimic things that they've heard. The Silvery Bobs, because everybody loves Silvery Bobs. And then you get a bonus spell! And it can only be the first level. Could get Find Familiar. That would be kind of funny. Would be kind of funny. No, we're gonna go with Unseen Servant, because that's always useful. Continue to next dialogue once you're done. Boop. And it's like, oh, is this all you want on your spell sheet? And you say, yes. And here's your spell sheet. Tells you how many spell slots that you've got, so you can tick those off once you've used them. Tells you your spellcasting ability. If you have a prepared list, it will also tell you how many spells you can prepare. That would be like for clerics, wizards, etc. The D here means dismiss. I think you can... Yeah, if you regenerate the spell list... Hold on, there was an option that I forgot. I did it again. I'm great at this. Okay, there's this here. Add a glossary of abbreviations at the end of the spell sheet. There you go. So it tells you what each one says. So D, it can be dismissed as an action. I don't have any concentration spells, but if it says conk in this section over here, then it means that it's a concentration spell. Now, every time you level up and you get new spells, as per your level up, so when he gets to 4th level, he'll know more spells. Then you need to go spell sheet options, regenerate, so that you can add your new stuff. It can get really big. Really, really big. Depending on, like, if you're a cleric and you're, like, a high-level cleric, or you're a wizard with a lot of spells. So if it looks like it freezes, just don't click it and let it do that. Just let it do its thing. But yeah, that's it. That's how you make a guy on this sheet. If you want to add individual items, by the way, you can type them in, or you can click this, but item on this line, gear, this is just like what's in the sheet itself. So I'm gonna give myself Alchemist Fire as a giggle. Or you can put Thieves' Tools on there, which actually I already need. You can also make it swap columns if you want. So yeah, that's how you can do that, or you can just type it in. Easies peasies. Yeah. Made a guy. Bye.